You want to live a successful life? Let me tell you something. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's not about luck. Success doesn't come from just sitting around hoping that life will hand you something. No, it's about making it happen. It's about showing up every single day, no matter how hard it gets, and pushing through. First things first, you need to believe in yourself. No, I know it sounds simple, but do you really believe it? Do you really believe that you can achieve everything you set your mind to? Because I tell you, if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. When you get knocked down, and you will get knocked down, you have to get back up. And not just any kind of getting up, I mean stronger. Each time you get back on your feet, you learn something new about yourself. You learn what you're capable of. Now, success is not just about being talented. It's about the work, the grind, the hustle. You got to put in the work. It's not enough to talk about it. It's not enough to dream about it. You've got to show up when everyone else is sleeping. You got to stay up when everyone else is giving up, because that's where the magic happens. That's where you set yourself apart from the crowd. Most people quit when it gets hard, but if you push through that hard moment, that's where success lives. Another thing, embrace failure. Failure is not your enemy. Failure is your teacher. Every time you fail, you learn, you grow, you get better, but you can't be afraid of it. Don't run from failure. When you fail, get back up and try again, because that's how you build resilience. That's how you build the mental toughness to face anything that comes your way. Without failure, there is no growth. Without growth, there is no success. Now, you can't do this alone. You need a support system. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, people who challenge you to be better. You're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So choose wisely. Find people who inspire you. Find people who push you to be better, not people who hold you back. You need people who believe in your dreams even when you don't. You need people who will call you out when you're slacking and encourage you when you feel like quitting. And let me tell you, success is not just about what you achieve. It's about how you impact others. How do you make people feel? Success is about serving others, lifting them up, and making the world around you better. Don't just chase success for yourself. Chase it so you can bring others along. The true measure of success is not in the trophies, the money, or the fame. It's in the impact you have on the people around you. So remember this: success is about belief. It's about hard work. It's about failure and growth. It's about resilience. It's about having the right people by your side, and it's about making a difference. That's how you live a successful life. That's how you make your mark. Belief in yourself is the foundation upon which everything else is built. It sounds simple, but it's one of the hardest things to do. Most people spend their lives doubting their own abilities, questioning their worth, or wondering if they are truly capable of achieving their dreams. The truth is, if you don't believe in yourself, you're already setting limits on what you can accomplish. Everything starts with the belief that you can do it, that you have the potential, the power, and the perseverance to reach your goals. Imagine for a moment, if you wake up every day doubting yourself, feeling unsure about your next step, and questioning whether you are good enough, how do you expect to achieve anything? If you don't believe in yourself, every challenge becomes an obstacle. Every failure feels like the end, and every setback makes you feel like giving up. But when you believe in yourself, you start to see challenges as opportunities, failures as lessons, and setbacks as just temporary roadblocks. Belief in yourself means you have the confidence to push through adversity, the courage to keep going when things get tough, and the determination to never quit no matter how many times you fall. Belief is powerful because it fuels your actions. When you believe in yourself, you take action with purpose. You don't just wait for things to happen or hope that success will come to you. You create your own success. You take that first step, no matter how scary it feels, and you keep moving forward. Every decision you make, every step you take becomes easier because you trust that you're capable. You understand that you have what it takes to handle whatever comes your way. When you have self-belief, you move with a sense of confidence, knowing that your hard work, your dedication, and your vision will eventually pay off. On the flip side, if you don't believe in yourself, you hesitate. You second guess every decision, wonder if you're making the right choices, and constantly fear failure. The fear of not being good enough can hold you back from taking risks, trying new things, or even pursuing your true passions. When you don't have belief, you play it safe. And playing it safe means you're never pushing yourself to the limits of your potential. You're never reaching for what's beyond your comfort zone, and you're never going to grow. It's that simple. Without belief, you're stuck in a cycle of fear and doubt, and fear is the one thing that can keep you from ever reaching your full potential. Believing in yourself also means trusting your instincts. There will be times when everyone around you doubts your abilities. People might tell you it's impossible, that you can't do it, or that you're not cut out for it. But when you believe in yourself, you trust that inner voice that tells you to keep going, even when everyone else is pulling you back. You have to trust that you know yourself better than anyone else. Your instincts will guide you toward the right decisions, even when others are skeptical. Your belief in yourself becomes your compass, and when you trust it, you will find your way to success, no matter the roadblocks or the naysayers. When you truly believe in yourself, you don't let failure define you. Everyone experiences failure, but it's how you respond that matters. Failure is not the end. It's a part of the journey. It's a lesson that teaches you resilience, adaptability, and perseverance. Without failure, you can't learn. And without learning, you can't grow. Believing in yourself means understanding that failure is just feedback. It's not a reason to quit. It's an opportunity to get up, learn from your mistakes, and keep moving forward. Every time you fail, you become more equipped to handle the next challenge. You build mental strength, and with mental strength comes the courage to keep pushing no matter how many times you fall. Belief in yourself also means having the strength to set high standards and go after what you deserve. When you believe in yourself, you don't settle for less than what you know you're capable of achieving. You demand greatness from yourself, and you know that it's not about waiting for success to come to you. It's about creating your own opportunities. You believe that you are worthy of success, that you are worthy of living the life you desire, and that you have the power to make it happen. It's about knowing that you are in control of your destiny, and it's up to you to take the steps necessary to get there. In moments of doubt and times when the world feels like it's against you, belief in yourself is the anchor that will keep you grounded. When you face the inevitable challenges that come with pursuing your dreams, you'll be able to keep going because you trust in your own ability to overcome. You might not have all the answers right away, and that's okay. Success doesn't require perfection, but it does require persistence. And persistence comes from belief. When you believe in yourself, nothing can stop you from pursuing your dreams, reaching your goals, and living the life you were meant to live. Success is not a matter of luck or waiting for the perfect circumstances. It's about the relentless pursuit of your goals, no matter how difficult, how challenging, or how impossible things may seem. It's about hard work, commitment, and consistency, even when the path ahead is unclear. If you want to achieve something significant, if you want to succeed in life, You must be willing to put in the work. Success doesn't come to those who sit around and wait for it. It comes to those who go after it with everything they've got, day in and day out. Hard work is the cornerstone of success. It's the long hours, the sweat, the persistence, and the sacrifices that you make even when no one is watching. Success isn't glamorous in the beginning. It's about waking up early when the world is still asleep, working late into the night when everyone else has gone to bed. It's about putting in the effort when there's no immediate reward and when it seems like no one notices. The truth is, success is built in the moments when nobody is around to cheer you on. It's in the quiet hours of focus and discipline when you push yourself to do what others won't. You have to outwork everyone around you if you want to get ahead. It's not enough to just show up. You need to show up with purpose, with energy, and with determination. Hard work doesn't always feel good. Sometimes it's painful. Sometimes it's exhausting, and sometimes it feels like you're not getting anywhere. But every step you take, every hour you invest, every ounce of energy you put into your goals is moving you closer to your vision. The grind is not just about working hard. It's about being smart with your time, your energy, and your focus. It's about staying disciplined, setting clear goals, and executing them every single day. It's about having the mental toughness to keep going even when you feel like giving up, because success is never easy. It's earned, not given. But here's the thing. It's not just about working hard for the sake of working hard. It's about working with purpose, working with intention, and knowing exactly why you're putting in the effort. If you don't have a clear vision of where you want to go, then all the hard work in the world won't get you anywhere. You need to know what success looks like to you. You need to understand the bigger picture and how each piece of effort you put in is building toward your ultimate goal. When you have a clear vision and a strong purpose, your hard work becomes more focused, more meaningful, and more impactful. There will be times when you'll be tired, when you'll question whether it's worth it, when you'll feel like giving up. But those are the moments that matter most. Success isn't for the faint of heart. It's for the ones who are willing to push through the pain, the frustration, and the self-doubt. You can't afford to quit when it gets hard. You can't afford to throw in the towel just because things aren't going as planned. The people who succeed are the ones who keep going when everyone else has given up. They keep working, keep learning, keep improving, and keep pushing through the obstacles. When the road gets tough, they dig in and they keep going. Hard work also means making sacrifices. You won't be able to do everything you want to do. You have to make choices. You might have to sacrifice sleep, leisure time, or comfort in order to achieve what you truly desire. The most successful people are the ones who are willing to give up immediate gratification for long-term success. It's about choosing the discomfort of hard work now for the reward of success later. While others are out partying or relaxing, you're working towards your goal. While others are making excuses, you're putting in the time, the effort, and the energy needed to succeed. The thing is, success is not a straight line. It's not a perfect, smooth journey from point A to point B. There will be bumps in the road, detours, and setbacks, but with hard work, you learn to adapt, to be flexible, and to push through. You don't let failures or mistakes define you. Instead, you use them as stepping stones, as lessons that teach you how to be better, stronger, and more prepared for the next challenge. When you work hard, you build resilience. You develop the strength to keep going when things get tough, and the courage to keep pushing forward when you feel like quitting. The key to success is consistency. You can't just work hard for a week, a month, or a year and expect everything to fall into place. You have to work hard every single day, regardless of how you feel or what obstacles stand in your way. The power of consistency is unmatched. It's the small actions repeated over time that lead to big results. Success isn't a one-time thing. It's a habit, a lifestyle, a commitment. The more consistently you put in the effort, the closer you get to achieving your goals. Hard work is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's the fuel that keeps you moving even when the journey feels long and exhausting. If you want to live a successful life, you have to commit to putting in the work every day, no matter what. Success isn't a gift. It's a result of the hours you dedicate, the energy you pour in, and the sacrifices you make along the way. If you're willing to work hard, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Failure is often seen as something negative, something to be avoided at all costs. But in reality, failure is one of the most important parts of the journey to success. It's not the end, it's the beginning. It's a lesson, a teacher that shows you what doesn't work and points you in the direction of what will. The truth is, you can't succeed without failing. And if you're not willing to fail, you're not truly willing to succeed. When you embrace failure, you start to see it in a completely different light. You begin to understand that every failure is not a sign of defeat, it's a sign of progress. Each time you fail, you learn something. Each time you fall short, you gather information that will guide you the next time around. Failure shows you your weaknesses, your limitations, and your blind spots. It reveals where you need to grow, where you need to improve, and where you need to adapt. Without failure, you would never know where you need to change. Without failure, there's no growth, and without growth, there's no true success. Too many people fear failure because they think it reflects something about their abilities or their worth. They think that if they fail, they're somehow less than others. But failure doesn't define you. How you respond to it does. If you fail and give up, then failure wins. But if you fail and get back up, dust yourself off and try again, that's when you start to win. That's when failure becomes your greatest teacher. It becomes a stepping stone to success, a crucial part of the process that moves you closer to your goal. The people who are most successful are the ones who have failed the most. They didn't get there by avoiding failure. They got there by facing it head on, learning from it, and continuing to move forward. In fact, many of the world's most successful people experience failure after failure before finally reaching their breakthrough moment. The key is persistence. The key is to keep going even when it seems like you've hit a wall. Every time you fall, you rise stronger. Every time you stumble, you gain more wisdom. Failure is not something to fear, it's something to embrace, because it's the price you pay for success. One of the most powerful aspects of failure is that it forces you to grow mentally and emotionally. It teaches you resilience. It builds your mental toughness, and it helps you develop a sense of self-belief that is unshakable. When you experience failure and continue moving forward, you prove to yourself that you are capable of overcoming anything. You prove to yourself that no matter what happens, you can adapt, you can adjust, and you can keep going. That's how you build mental strength. It's not through success, it's through failure that you learn how to handle. It's through failure that you learn how to bounce back, how to keep your head up when things seem to be falling apart. When you're willing to fail, you're also willing to take risks. Success is not for the faint-hearted. It's for the ones who are brave enough to put themselves out there, to try things that might not work, and to be okay with the possibility of failure. Risk and failure are inseparable. You can't take chances if you're not willing to fail. But when you take those risks and fail, you learn what doesn't work and you refine your approach. That's how innovation happens. That's how breakthroughs occur. The people who change the world are the ones who weren't afraid to fail. They were the ones who took chances, who embraced the lessons that failure taught them, and who use those lessons to create something better. One thing to remember is that failure is not permanent unless you let it be. Too many people fail once and then decide they're not cut out for success. They quit, they give up. But failure is not an endpoint. It's just a part of the process. When you experience failure, it's not a sign that your dream is over. It's just a sign that you need to adjust your approach, work a little harder, or try a different path. As long as you keep going, you're moving forward. The only way to truly fail is to stop trying. And let's not forget the power of learning from failure. Every time you fail, take a moment to reflect on what happened, why it happened, and what you can do differently next time. Don't just get frustrated or discouraged. Use it as an opportunity to grow. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I improve? What is this failure teaching me that will make me better prepared for the future? Failure is your greatest teacher, but only if you're willing to listen to the lessons it offers. The best part about failure is that it's universal. Everyone has failed at some point in their lives. There's no shame in it. What separates those who succeed from those who don't is not how many times they fail, it's how many times they keep getting back up. You don't fail because you're not good enough. You fail because you're pushing yourself beyond your current limits. And that's how growth happens. If you're not failing, you're not reaching high enough. If you're not failing, you're not challenging yourself enough. Embrace failure. Don't be afraid of it. Don't hide from it. Face it, learn from it, and use it to fuel your next move. Every failure is a stepping stone, a lesson, and an opportunity. The more you fail, the closer you get to success. So don't be afraid to fail. Just make sure you keep going, keep learning, and keep growing. Because when you do, success will follow. Success isn't achieved in isolation. No one ever becomes great alone. The people you surround yourself with play an enormous role in your journey to success. We often hear the phrase, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. This isn't just a catchy quote, it's the truth. The people around you influence your mindset, your actions, and ultimately your future. If you want to elevate your life and achieve extraordinary things, you must choose to surround yourself with people who will elevate you, push you, and hold you accountable to your highest potential. The right people in your life help shape your worldview and your work ethic. They challenge you to think bigger, act bolder, and believe in your potential even when you have doubts. When you spend time with people who have big dreams and high standards, it's hard not to adopt that same mindset. They don't let you settle for mediocrity, and they inspire you to constantly level up. They push you to keep striving, to keep growing, and to never become complacent. This is why it's so important to surround yourself with people who uplift you, not those who pull you down or tell you that your dreams are unrealistic. The people you spend your time with have the power to either propel you forward or keep you stuck in a cycle of stagnation. But it's not just about who you associate with, it's also about the energy and attitude they bring into your life. Positive energy is contagious, and when you surround yourself with people who radiate positivity and possibility, it becomes easier to stay motivated and optimistic. These people don't dwell on problems, they focus on solutions. They don't complain about obstacles, they figure out how to overcome them. This kind of mindset is infectious. It encourages you to look at challenges as opportunities, to remain optimistic even in the face of adversity, and to keep pushing forward when things get tough. On the flip side, if you're spending time with negative people who constantly complain, criticize, or doubt your abilities, their mindset can easily rub off on you. Their limited thinking can start to feel like your own. Negative energy can drain your motivation, create unnecessary self-doubt, and make it harder to stay focused on your goals. The energy you allow in your life is crucial. If you allow negativity to dominate, it becomes harder to see the possibilities in life. But if you allow positivity, passion, and purpose to influence you, you start seeing opportunities everywhere. You become a magnet for success because your mindset is aligned with growth. Another reason it's essential to surround yourself with the right people is accountability. The right circle holds you accountable to the person you say you want to become. They remind you of your goals, push you to do the hard work, and ensure you stay on track. Without accountability, it's easy to slip into comfort and forget about the bigger picture. It's easy to get distracted by temporary pleasures or the easy way out. But the people who truly have your best interests at heart won't let you slack off. They will challenge you to be your best self and to never settle for less than you're capable of achieving. A strong support system is equally important. Life gets hard and we all face setbacks. But with the right people around you, you don't have to go through tough times alone. Your support system is there to encourage you, to lift you up when you're feeling down, and to remind you of your worth when you forget. They celebrate your wins, no matter how small, and help you keep your head up during your losses. They give you the strength to keep going, especially when you're ready to quit. This kind of emotional support can make all the difference, especially during the most challenging moments. It's also important to surround yourself with people who challenge you intellectually. Growth happens when you're pushed to think differently, to question assumptions, and to consider new perspectives. The people who help you expand your mind and challenge your ideas force you to think outside the box and stretch your limits. They push you to be more creative, more innovative, and more strategic in your thinking. They don't just tell you what you want to hear, they tell you what you need to hear to become better. But you also need to be that person for others. Success is about community and collaboration. It's not just about finding people who can help you achieve your goals. It's about being the person who helps others achieve theirs. Success is a collective effort. By helping others, you not only contribute to their growth, but also enhance your own. When you support others, give them guidance, share your knowledge, and lift them up, it builds a sense of trust, respect, and mutual growth. The people you help will remember you, and that goodwill will come back to you in ways you can't even imagine. Don't be afraid to let go of people who are no longer serving your growth. Sometimes we hold on to relationships out of habit or fear, even when they're holding us back. If someone is constantly negative, draining your energy, or holding you back from pursuing your dreams, it may be time to reevaluate that relationship. You don't have to be rude or unkind, but you must be intentional about the energy you allow into your life. Protect your peace and your growth by ensuring you surround yourself with people who inspire, challenge, and support you. The right people don't just cheer you on, they help you grow, learn, and expand. They push you to reach higher, dig deeper, and become the best version of yourself. They challenge you to think bigger, act bolder, and live your life with purpose. If you want to be successful, don't just focus on your own actions, focus on who you're surrounding yourself with. Build relationships with people who align with your values, your dreams, and your ambitions. Choose wisely and let them elevate you to greater heights. Success is not a solo journey. It's a team effort, and the people around you make all the difference. In the pursuit of success, the journey is just as important as the destination. Believing in yourself, putting in the hard work, learning from failure, and surrounding yourself with the right people are all integral parts of the process. Self-belief is the foundation that will propel you forward, even when the odds seem stacked against you. Hard work is the engine that drives your dreams into reality. And through every failure, you gain invaluable lessons that sharpen your resilience. Yet, no one achieves success alone. The people you choose to surround yourself with have the power to elevate or hinder your progress. So choose those who inspire, challenge, and support your growth. Success doesn't come from a single moment of brilliance or luck. It's the result of consistent effort, relentless belief, and the wisdom gained from overcoming adversity. It requires a commitment to personal growth, a willingness to push beyond your limits, and the courage to surround yourself with those who will challenge you to be the best version of yourself. As you continue on your journey, remember that success is not defined by the absence of setbacks, but by the strength you gain from overcoming them. Keep pushing forward, keep learning, and keep striving, because with the right mindset and the right people by your side, there's no limit to what you can achieve.